Hi there, and welcome to my next video on my YouTube channel, Unapologetic with Lorelei. Today I'm again in another part of nature, which I'll be sharing with you soon. But not before I'm going to tell you what I want to talk about today. And it's about how not to lose yourself. You don't have to lose yourself for love. And I hear so much around me from younger people, older people, any kind of age really, of people who tend to lose themselves and are giving up a lot from themselves for the sake of love. And I never really believed in that. I believe if you have to give up parts of yourself, then how can that be an honest kind of love? And I think already from when I was a child, I always drew a bottom line for things. And when I was a child, of course, I didn't realize I was doing it. It was more subconsciously instinctive, how you want to call it. But when I grew up and grew older, then I realized that I am doing that. I am setting not a bar, but I set a border, how you want to call it, a boundary rather, um, until this level, and I'm not going any further about losing myself for love or any kind of other friendship, really. But before I'm going to talk more with you about this, I will flip the screen and show you around from where I am at this particular moment in this windy kind of autumn day. So I'll flip the screen and then see you on the other side. Right, so here I am on the other side of the screen as promised. I'll be showing you a little bit of where I am and hope you catch a little bit the vibe of where I am. There was a sunshine when I went out the door and for filming this video, but in the meantime, the wind blew another different kind of sky to me, but no problem. It's nice. Everything is nice and it smells really fresh. And coming back to the topic of for today is, as I said, that I don't think love shouldn't cost you yourself. I mean, that's not the kind of healthy love you should be and you should have, or you should be involved in. And I understand where it comes from, and I see it a lot of happening a lot around me. But I can tell you, it never been really my story, as I just said already, because. Uh, there's always a bottom line that a certain sense of self I will never ever hand away for nobody, for nothing, not to love, not to approval, not for fear. I would just wouldn't do it. I couldn't because what else is there left of me? I mean, it's me you want to love, and it's me you want to be with, and I cannot. That cannot cost me myself. No, not for any kind of pretty face, kind word of a caring shoulder to cry on. It's none of that. It cannot be, and it doesn't mean life can't hurt me because I have set this bar for me. But yes, I mean, of course, love can hurt me. It did already hurt me, of course. No, I mean, really, love can disappoint you, absolutely, and people can misunderstand you, absolutely, 100%. But we can feel shattered for a moment, and I can feel shattered for a moment. We all can. But really losing myself over it, that is just a no-go. I would not allow myself to go that far. And I was never really, if I can look back on my life, I was never really willing to vanish for to give into the sense of belonging. And I couldn't. I don't say it was pride that it caused me to handle things like that, but I think it's a matter of self-respect because I believe we don't stay whole by accident. You have to work on that, and you have to be, yeah, show yourself a kind of strength, I believe, and a lot of common sense as well. No matter what the heart says, of course. As I said, of course you can be hurt, but you cannot be completely shattered. And I think we stay whole by choosing ourselves every time the world, yeah, tells us or invites us rather to shrink, or tells us to shrink, or orders us to shrink, no matter what it is. Um, when love challenged you, it challenged me who I was. I never really abandoned myself. I learned I learned even the opposite. I learned to anchor myself even more and deeper. And I must say that's also what I teach my children. I don't want them to be shattered over when a girlfriend or a boyfriend. I have boys and girls. When they break up from somebody, and I don't want to be them to feel completely shattered and completely thrown off track and throw away their studies or work or whatever. It can't be, not about me and as far as I can help it. And that's the kind of thing I do teach my children. And I'm not saying this out of arrogance or stubbornness. That's not what I meant to do here, or to say, or to teach my children, or the way I have brought myself up. But I think it's self-presence that you have to have. And there's a knowing for yourself that there is a line inside of you that says no one can cross that line. No one, not even in the name of love or whatever in the name of it can be. I mean, I can bend, or you can bend, and you can soften. Ah, that's nice. The sun came back through the clouds. I don't know if I can catch him for you, but okay, it does. You can probably see it shining on the screen. But as I said, it's you can bend, you can soften, and you can compromise. But in the essence, I believe it stays yours. Everything stays yours, and you are you. And nature even reminds me of that sometimes, or actually sometimes all of the time, since I live in nature. Um, because at night I hear some owls across the dock, and they signal, and they make their noises to each other, their sounds, and it's really an ancient sound almost. It's really impressive. Of in the morning there's hawk that they cry, and they are fierce, and they are alive, and they're really confident. And so everything holds here in where I live in nature that it holds his identity. I mean, the owl stays who he is, and the trees who stay who they are, and all the rest of it. But it's strange, maybe. I don't know if you can relate to it, and if you think, oh, this woman is talking nonsense, but or perhaps you can understand a little bit of what I'm saying, that the reasons and how you make sure that you are not losing yourself completely in the name of love. And I think love in its trust form, I think it cannot erase you, it cannot shrink you, it cannot make you smaller. Because if someone only loves you when you are smaller, or when you make yourself smaller, that's not love. It's control. As I always say, it's control dressed as tenderness. And you should never go for that, and especially not take the consequences of that if it's no longer in your life. You should stand up, keep standing up straight, and for who you are, and believe in yourself for who you are. So if you're rebuilding or protecting your spark at this particular moment, I hope you can be a little bit inspired by this. And I believe you don't have to disappear to be loved, and the right love won't ask you to. That's just clear as crystal glass for me. And we are meant to stand in our fullness. I mean, fully for who you are. And strength is not the absence of hurt, because strength is refusing to let hurt to rewrite who you are, or to lose yourself who you are. So with saying that, I hope I can inspire you here a little bit with these words. And perhaps you are in a stage of life that it was useful to you, for you to hear this. Please let me know in the comments. I will always read them and reply to them. And in the meantime, I think I'm going to have to go heading for home, because the clouds are getting really gray. But anyhow, I wish you a nice day, and take care of yourself. Take very, very good care of yourself and your loved ones. And I hope to see you next time in my next video. Bye.